So you're online dating, trying to find the absolutely perfect man. The guy who has every single thing that you would ever want on that very long list that you know you have. The hair, the job, the personality, and you go out and you try to find that guy. But sadly, before you know it, you end up kind of looking like this. Now I don't want that to happen, you sexy single lady, so in this video right now, I'm gonna be getting real with you about some very practical signs to look for in that guy, and these will be signs that he's the one. Keep watching. Hey there, Adam Little from sexyconfidence.com, where I help you create your love story. And as a bonus part of this video right now, I have a special training that I'd love for any of you to join. It is free, and I'm gonna teach you how to attract the one. So you see there's a link right there, or there's a link up there. Now, we all live in a world of social media fantasy as it pertains to love. That girlfriend of yours who just met the perfect guy and she's posing with pictures of him on social media, and by the way, he's a doctor who also drives a BMW. Stop comparing yourself to these people posting on social media as if they have the perfect lives. For all you know, this guy probably kicks dogs in his free time. Don't be jealous. And as a big picture thought when it comes to finding love, stop focusing on these things that look really good on paper, that list. Focus on the things that are going to actually make you happy. So here are a few ways that you can really look at finding the right guy in the right relationship for you. Number one is he uses the words we and us to describe the relationship. Now, a few years ago, psychologists at the University of Austin, Texas found that those who feel deeply connected to the partner are much more likely to use plural pronouns such as we and us rather than the regular I or me. And that's because we found, as we study really healthy relationships, we find that the people who are best in relationships are the ones that give a lot in the relationship without asking for a lot in return. And then, of course, their partner also gives a lot in the relationship, thus making both people much better off in the relationship than they would be single. Sign number two is that he's your best friend. Now, I know for a lot of you sexy single ladies out there who are trying to find love, maybe you've never actually been in love, and that's okay. But I guarantee most of you watching this video have at one time or other, or hopefully right now, you have a best friend. So as you're getting out there and meeting new guys, it's really good to compare kind of your relationship with that guy as you would to just any best friend. I mean, think of all the attributes that a friendship really has and simply compare that to the relationship that you're in. And of course, you're not gonna be best friends with a guy that you meet overnight, but as time goes on, you need to be thinking, is there a possibility that this guy would be a best friend? Does he really care about me? Is he really interested in the things that I do in my life? And do we have the type of chemistry with each other that you've had with other best friends in your life? It's a very good benchmark to look at. Number three is that you are, of course, very attracted to him. Now, this seems like an obvious, but I've seen this time and time again, women going for guys based on, again, what looks good on paper and in theory sounds great, but in reality, they're just not that attracted to them. Basically, there's just no spark. So my advice has always been, you might not feel a spark on the first date, but if by the second date, you're still not quite feeling it, then you know what? Move on to the next, because it's probably not going to happen. The next sign is that the relationship has what is known as costly commitment signals. Costly commitment signals, basically a fancy way of just saying that you're willing to make sacrifices for one another, even if historically you've always kind of been looking out for yourself as number one. Psychologists coined this term, costly commitment signals, when we carry out acts or behave in a way that are likely to cost us either in terms of our time or our energy or resources, simply because we love our significant other. And a recent study carried out by psychologists at Japan's Kobe University found that relationships where this is really lacking or is absent were far less likely to go the distance. Make sense? And finally, number five, your lives are just compatible. Now, I once had a client with two kids, ages 4 and ages 7, and we were getting her out there. She was meeting a lot of great guys, but she met one guy who she really just clicked with. Unfortunately for her at the time, he was an Army sergeant. Now, this is amazing because they connected. She, of course, respected what he did for a living, and they had a lot going for them, except for one, of course, very important thing, is that he travels every single year to a new Army base. And unfortunately, because her kids were at an age where she really didn't want to be moving until really they were graduating from college. She was just unwilling to make the sacrifice. She wasn't going to be moving around with this guy. And unfortunately, he wasn't willing to quit his job. So this is a scenario where everything else may have been going for them, but they just weren't compatible. And this sometimes happens in life. And maybe this has happened to you where you feel like everything is clicking except for one thing. So if you ever experienced that, leave a comment in the comments right there below telling me your story. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like on YouTube and don't forget to subscribe on YouTube for more videos just like this every single week. And if you want to join me on the free training where you can learn exactly how to get out there and attract the love of your life, go ahead and click the link right there below, the link on this page, the link right there, and it'll take you to that free training. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you, you sexy single lady, next week. Bye-bye.